Hello again, and I hope you are doing well. So, you know my name, Francisca Anene, and I'm the one taking you legal drafting and conveyancing. This is another subject on the course. And of course, I know that as you take part one topic after the other, you're getting better, you are becoming excellent drafters, you are mastering the art of legal writing, and you are becoming more skillful. So let's see what today's topic has for us to learn, and let's make progress. Progress is going to be on both ends. You will need to listen, take notes, pay attention, answer the questions, take part in all the activities, and I will also do the teaching and I will answer whatever questions you have during an online class. So let's not waste time. Let's just go. Okay. This is our fifth lesson, and in this lesson, we'll be looking at wills. Some of this is important to mention who the some important terms that we will be using when we're talking of wills. First is a testator or testatrix. Testator male, testatrix female, simply the maker of the will, right? And then you have the executor. The executor is the person appointed by the testator to administer the will. And then you have the beneficiary. Those are the persons, and it could be one person as well, for whose benefit a will is made. And a codicil is a supplementary will by which an earlier will is either altered, revoked, or amended. So the fundamental features that we talked about of a valid will, remember what Adubi said in his definition. First is that a will is testamentary, meaning that it speaks from the dead. It speaks after the death of the maker. So as long as the maker of the will is alive, the will is of no effect, right? It's only after he passes on that a will begins to, come alive and take effect. Second feature is that it is ambulatory, meaning that it can be changed. It's not cast in stone, and that's the whole point of having a codicil. A codicil is the document with which you can change a will. Then of course it is written, and then it is executed by the testator and witnesses. There are specific rules for that, and it is voluntary. Okay, another feature is that it is also made by someone with a sound disposing mind. So to your first activity, I'd like you to define what a will is and to highlight the features of a valid will. So moving on, what is the requisite age for making a valid will? How old does the maker of a will have to be for his will to be valid, right? Now, the first thing you must remember is that the will's law applicable in the place of the maker of the will, the domicile of the maker of the will, is the law that guides this question, right? So if the maker of a will is in Ikeja, Lagos, you have to look at the Administration of Estates Law of Lagos State to know what the requirement is in that state. The whole point why this point is important is because it changes from location to location. For instance, under the Wills Act, the age of majority for making a will is 21 years. But under the Wills Law of Lagos State, the age of majority is 18 years. And it is important to note that when you are determining whether, the maker of the will has attained the age of majority, the timing for determining capacity is not the time at which you are looking at the will, but the time of making the will. So someone can be less than 18 when he made a will, and then the whole issue of testamentary age arises when he's maybe 25. Okay, it will be invalid because when he made the will, he was less than 18, for instance, if we are looking at it under Lagos State law. But there are exceptions to this rule. And on these exceptions, you'll be looking at Section 11 of the Wills Act and Section 6 of the Wills Law of Lagos State. Under these exceptions, certain categories of persons may be able to make a will even though they are below the age of majority. And the point really is that these sections of the law recognize that there might be, situations of emergency or urgency where a will is very necessary. However, the maker is not up to that age. And the people that fall into these exceptions that can make wills, even though they may not have attained the age of majority, are soldiers in actual military service, not just soldiers, in actual military service. So seamen, mariners, or crew of commercial airlines or vessels when they are at sea or air at the time of the making of the will. Clearly, they may not be able to wait until they are 18, in such situations. So their will be valid even though they've not attained the age of. So to the formal requirements for a will, of course, a will must be in writing and then it must be signed. It must be signed by the testator. Note that the signature need not be signature as you know it may just be a mark. And it may also be the signature of someone else on the testator's behalf. For this to be valid, the testator must have given the direction for that other person to sign for him. And of course, the signature of the testator must be acknowledged by the executors. That's the whole point. The witnesses. That's the whole point of, talking about attestation. They must be present at the point of signature together, present together, and then they must also attest. They must also sign that they are attesting to the signature of the testator. They need not know what is in the will. What is important is that they attest to the will in the presence of this testator, also not necessarily in the presence of each other. Okay? So to your second activity, I need you to discuss the exceptions to the rule on the requisite age for making a will. So we have come to the end of the lesson, and some of the things we have learned are how to define a will, the features of a will, the rules on the age of majority, and the formal requirements for a valid will. You can download this lesson and view it again and again. If you have any questions, you can post it on the discussion forum so we can answer it together. So until